Over the past few decades, global sperm counts have dropped by over 50%. While diet and environment play their parts, a primary culprit sits directly against our skin. It raises a basic anatomical question. Why did human evolution place the testicles outside the protective core of the body? This cross-section gives us the answer. To maintain healthy sperm production, the scrotum requires a microclimate 2 to 7 degrees Celsius below our core body temperature. When this equilibrium is maintained, the testes operate a robust, highly active cellular assembly line called spermatogenesis. By wrapping this perfectly calibrated, temperature-sensitive organ in modern synthetic fabrics, we actively sabotage millions of years of evolutionary design. The first major threat to this design is hyperthermia, which occurs when snug underwear pins the testicles flat against the body's warm core. This split-screen data visualization from a 2018 Harvard study illustrates the physical impact. Researchers found that men who wore loose boxers had a 25% higher sperm concentration and a 17% higher total sperm count than men who wore tight briefs. As excess heat builds up, sperm motility declines, and local blood flow struggles to dissipate the trapped warmth. The historical debate between tighty-whities and boxers shows us how long basic style choices have unknowingly impacted male health. Fit dictates the thermal survival of reproductive cells. The second invisible threat is embedded in the material itself, specifically 100% polyester. In one 12-month study, 14 men wore a polyester sling around their scrotums. During that time, all of them became temporarily infertile as their sperm levels dropped to absolute zero. Zooming in on this macro view of the fabric-to-flesh interface reveals the mechanism. The physical friction between synthetic polyester fibers and human skin generates a localized electrostatic field. These accumulated electrical charges traverse the epididymis, directly short-circuiting the biological signals required for normal sperm production. Synthetic underwear creates an active electrical interference field that paralyzes cellular function. The third threat comes from the cocktail of chemical treatments, dyes, and plasticizers applied to modern apparel during manufacturing. This cross-section compares the standard human epidermis on the left with scrotal skin on the right. Notice the lack of barrier resistance. This specific layer of skin is 20 times more permeable to chemicals than the rest of the body. Tucked inside the fabric, resting directly above this porous skin, are specific chemical culprits, including BPA used for artificial stretch and PFAS forever chemicals used for moisture resistance. Body heat and sweat extract these toxins from the fabric, pulling them straight through the permeable skin barrier and dropping them into the bloodstream. These chemicals are endocrine disruptors. Once inside, they intercept and neutralize the body's natural testosterone. Wearing chemically treated synthetic underwear acts as an unintentional transdermal patch, mainlining hormone-disrupting toxins directly into the reproductive system. Fortunately, the infertility and hormonal disruption caused by these garments is highly reversible once the stressors are removed. Transitioning away from synthetics to materials like 100% organic cotton eliminates pesticide residues and electrostatic friction entirely. Bamboo lyocell is another advanced material solution. Because it is hydrophilic, it naturally wicks sweat away from the body without the need for toxic chemical coatings. Looking at this systemic view of the male anatomy, you can see the physiological reboot in action. Once the heat, static, and toxins are removed, the body clears the chemical blockades, the thermal heat maps cool down, and healthy hormone flow resumes. Protecting your biological baseline doesn't require complex medical interventions. It is a daily, actionable choice to demand apparel that is loose, breathable, and completely toxin-free.